Hey y'all, so we're just going to get right into it. No countdown today. This is my review for The Traitors, Season 3, Episode 9. I just premiered Pop Roast today with Kempire and Alex. That was so fun. Check it out if you have not seen it. We had a really good Kiki with Kempire. Shout out to him. I went to his show last night in New York, also MC by the Brooke Ashley. It was a great experience. Just letting y'all know. Oh, man, it's a long ass day today. Like just from Pop Roast to a Traitors review to me bartending tonight. Anyway, let's get into it. So we left off on our two traitors deciding whether to bring in another traitor or murder someone else. Now, I'm glad Carolyn was standing up like for herself and standing her ground. So it looks like they'll be murdering someone instead of recruiting someone, which I thought was the smarter decision. Like, get rid of another guy. Like, it makes sense. Danielle is beyond frustrated with Carolyn to the point where she might actually murder her on camera. And YouTube, like if you're listening, do not demonetize me. Like they say murder on the show. It's a game. It's a game. Like don't give me a yellow check. Anyway, like if they're smart, like I said, they will get rid of another guy. And Danielle says Dylan, Sam, or Dolores. Those are her three options, and we shall see if they pick the right person. Now, around this time, I was just guessing, like, who would, like, I think they should have got rid of Dylan because he's the smartest of the three. Murdering Dolores doesn't make sense. It doesn't, because we see later in the episode that she'll always make it easy to be a traitor. So it's the next morning. Gabby is safe. She's telling Carolyn she thinks Danielle is a traitor. Brittany and Tom, they walk in safe. They're just going to keep Tom till the end. Like, I'm so scared he's going to win. I'm so scared. So that damn British sexist gay guy is safe. Ivor, or whatever. So then now we have the final three on the chopping block, which are Sam, Dylan, and Dolores. And at this point, I thought it was going to be Dolores because like they just don't make the right decisions, these traitors. And I am gagged at this moment when I was watching because she walks in next. Also, side note, why do they keep saying that, oh, that's a girl knock? Oh, that's a boy knock. That's a boy knock. It's just so stupid. Oh, so you can just tell how someone knocks depending like the gender on them? I don't know. Was looking forward to catching this live. Well, welcome. This episode wasn't as frustrating, but it's frustrating if you don't like Danielle. I don't care for Danielle on this show. I just don't think she's a great traitor. And the only reason she's playing, well, it seems like she's playing well, is because the faithfuls aren't playing smart at all. So of course you're making the traitors' decisions look great. Hey Chris, Mika from Connecticut. Danielle is going to be next. I love Kempire being the guest on Pop Roast. Thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed it. It was a great show. So glad Kempire could, stop by. Chris, the Traitors UK, Australia, and New Zealand are so good. I've been told that. Once it goes off, y'all, I'm going to check out Australia. I would have let Danielle pick Brittany because at this point, both have smoke on them. Both had smoke on them. Nobody suspected Carolyn or believed Danielle the week before. Carolyn let her paranoia get the best of her. And you know what? Her paranoia was working so good in her favor up until this point. We'll get into it. I like Danielle. She's the last traitor standing. She should have recruited Gabby. Well, Danielle makes predictable decisions, which I'm just surprised she just hasn't been caught. Like Danielle has done things on Traitors where it's just like, what are you doing? It's just the faithfuls were too dumb to clock it. Let's see. So either way, the Traitors finally made a smart play to eliminate one of the guys. We found out that Sam was eliminated, and I'm glad because he did not deserve to get to the finals. Like, he did not give any type of useful information. He just started talking. Too little, too late. So yeah, like, you just started talking. Sorry for you. Like, I'm glad. Afterwards, Dylan is shocked that he is still there, and I am too. And if it's anyone that deserves to win this game, I think it's Dylan. People are going around the house making their guesses. Tom is off course again. Off course, of course. Dylan is forming a plan, to get Danielle out. But it's 8 people. And so far, if Dylan was trying to get Danielle out, it still probably would have been a tie because, look, it would be Dylan, Carolyn, Gabby. Would it be Avir? Because I don't know. Like, they really could have got Danielle out the house, but I think it was mostly because of that game that a lot of people's chances, a lot of Caroline's chances was like done after that. But I wouldn't be surprised if Danielle is going to set up Brittany. She may be playing both the cameras and the players. I don't think it will end up working, though. I don't think so either. So Danielle and Brittany, I don't know their history, but they're crying together right now in this scene, saying that, like, they need to make it to the end together. I don't know. But it looks like they're both gunning for Carolyn. So that's at least 2 votes for Carolyn right now. So it's game time. And y'all, before they zoomed in on Alan, like, I thought they gave this man Bantu knots. Like, y'all saw, like, the little chess pieces on his head. Like, my TV, I'm far away from it. I'm nearsighted. And just in my peripherals, because I was on my phone taking notes while I was watching, I was like, do they have this white man in Bantu knots? I was literally about to just be floored that they had the audacity, because it looked like it. Chris, have you seen that pic of Dylan with his booty tooted up that went viral? I did not see that. You might have to send it my way. It is cdiggy1 on Instagram. Please send it to me. I have not seen this. In a recent interview she did with Carson and Carolyn, it doesn't seem like Brittany likes Danielle anymore. Oh, okay. We'll see. Danielle is not to be trusted. Yet, look, it looked like she played that game really well, but we'll see. So it's a game of chess, or chess is the theme, where the Traitors choose names as the pieces. Everyone has to guess what the Traitors chose them as, like if there were certain pieces. But of course, the Traitors know the answer, so they too have to play very carefully. Now, we have guests from the last season, Poverty and Kate. I think Parvati, her name is just Poverty, y'all. Why they keep bringing Kate back? Was she really that interesting? And how old is she? Because she looks a good 55, and she's probably my age. I just want to know what's so special about her. Yeah, Iver, he's one of my least favorite too, but he thinks he's playing a good game. Excuse me, he should have been out the house, honestly. Brittany did all that crying over Danielle. Now she don't trust her. How convenient. I don't get, yes, exactly. I don't get the obsession with Kate at all. I guess I can appreciate a Black woman standing out every season, good or bad. Siri, Phaedra, Danielle. Well, Phaedra gave really good TV, and she was absolutely in her element on this show. And she was a character to root for. I'm not rooting for Danielle at all. Like, I wanted to, but just the way she was playing was just annoying me. It's being said that Danielle straight up told Brittany she and Caroline were traitors. Britt went along with Brittany. Wait, it said that Danielle straight up told Brittany. Brittany went along with it. Fast forward, her and Caroline are cool, and Britt was on her podcast. Interesting. You know, I always wonder that. Like, can one of the traitors kind of cheat with the faithfuls or whatever? Or they're not able to like get any alone time with them at all? I don't know. Like, how would that work? Because I'm just wondering, like, is it possible to cheat in this game? And if a traitor tells somebody their identity or whatever without it being guessed, are they disqualified? Has it ever happened in Traitors history? When I tell you this reunion will be messy, I think so too. And especially like we're gonna have Dorinda and about to say Cheyenne. Ayan. All right, so they start with, not Tom thinking he's the traitor's biggest threat. He just has the worst white male ego. It's so interesting. It looks like from the answers, people are now looking at Caroline. If Dylan doesn't have Caroline's back, then I definitely think she's going home. That's what my thought was while watching. So the game ends and they get 2 of the 4 questions right. But unfortunately for, crazy Kim Zolciak, she might have put herself up as a traitor and Danielle is banking on it. Like, I think Danielle may have set her up in the beginning. Side note, what was the purpose of having Kate in poverty there again? They were just making snide remarks from the sideline. I didn't get it. Like, they didn't contribute to the game at all. They just, came in black and white, and that was it. It was just pointless. Like, I think the cameos, they could have just brought Phaedra back. Or maybe they're still saving Phaedra for a surprise or something like that. Because Phaedra was such a big presence on last season, we don't even care who won. Like, we never even talk about who actually won Traitors last season. So then back at the house, the only names floating around is Caroline and Danielle. Personally, I think they're both in trouble. Like, because whoever goes home, the other person's name is going to be on the chopping block in the next episode. So they're going to be in trouble next week regardless. It's just a matter of who's going to go first. Because if they weren't at such odds with each other, if they were really working together, they probably could have made it to the end. But Danielle is not to be trusted. Like, wasn't Danielle the first one to really backstab Caroline? So the thing is, I don't blame Caroline for never trusting her. So the round table is about to start, and I'm wondering why Danielle's just so offended by Caroline floating her name around. Because she started this. Like, how can you have the nerve? And yes, it's unfortunate. Because she normally has her like, I don't know what's going on. Like, it usually plays to her favor, but it didn't at the round table, unfortunately. So we also find out that the prize pot is now $152,500. Not bad. The round table begins. Ivar starts with, it's a girl, this bullshit. I mean, just say who you think it is. Like, why you gotta say, oh, it's definitely a girl? It has to be 2 girls. And just to say girls, like, it's 2 women at the table. Of course, Danielle and Caroline, they're going at it again. And not Danielle, she was coming hard at Caroline with the this playing silly and dumb act. Even compared her to Forrest Gump, which kind of gave me a side eye. I'm like, I don't know about that. That was kind of a little ableist. I don't know. I'm not sure how it was taken on social media, but I would have been very offended had I been Caroline. It kind of looked like Danielle had the better argument, unfortunately, But both of them are lying their asses off at the table. Like it was like a good back and forth, but you know, Danielle, I think she got her. I think she got her. So the voting starts, and I threw my remote at my TV. I wanted to, at least. Like Dolores threw away another vote. Like I just thought that was so crazy of her. Like it's either Caroline or Danielle. There's no either or. Like you doing this is a cop out. Like, and you're wasting votes. Like the thing is, they would have got a traitor regardless, but we would have got Danielle out of there. Like at least I don't know. I'll get to it later, but Dolores is one of the biggest disappointments on this show to me. On this show. And then, you know, now it's 2 versus 2 votes for Caroline and Danielle. I keep wanting to say Dolores or Danielle for some reason. Like there's so many D names. Dolores, Danielle, Dylan. So Tom then throws away his vote. Tom and Dolores are just voting for each other. Like I was like, you motherfuckers, if y'all don't play the game, if y'all do not play this damn game. So now the deciding vote is Dylan. At this point, like before the commercial break, I thought it was going to, you know, I'm like, oh, he's going to vote Carolyn. Like he definitely is. But the thing is, all Tom had to do was vote for Danielle, and it would have been a tie. It would have been a tie, and it would have, she at least had another chance. Like I was so irritated. Thank you, HFG, for the super chat. Appreciate you. Carolyn got too excited at the challenge and tanked her own game. She did. She did. Like, why did she she was so vocal. Oh, we should do this. We should do that. Blend in, girl. Blend in. If she hadn't have done all that, I don't think Danielle would have had the votes to get her out. I agree. I totally agree. Oh, man. Like, so let me see. Okay, I was looking at my notes, y'all. Sorry. So Dylan votes Carolyn like I thought he would, and she's out. They got her. She goes to the circle of truth. And after that speech she gave, I mean, this performance too, give that bitch the Emmy and the Oscar. Like she played a good game. I really enjoyed Carolyn. In the very end, I know in the beginning I was calling her Manic Kim Zolciak, but she did the damn thing. I thought she was one of the better traitors where, you know, it wasn't obvious. Like she didn't make it obvious. And I think it was hard because you had Bob who was playing recklessly and you played Danielle as well. They were both playing recklessly. So then Danielle, of course, she's putting 20 on 10 again. Woo! 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 I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. I told you. I told you. Like, I'm tired of it. I am tired of it. Her and them hats just sitting on her head. I knew it. I knew it. Just shaking and crying. I was just so annoyed by that. Like, girl, relax. Like, please go back to that. She was literally shaking. I knew it. I knew it. I was just like, girl, please. I knew it. I told you. Oh, Danielle is just such a snake. She did that. So after they celebrate, during the conversations afterward, Gabby surprisingly says, didn't their argument give traitor versus traitor? It was given the same energy like Bob versus Rob. And I was just like, exactly. Please do not forget this. Do not forget this, Gabby. Bring it to the round table. I think Danielle is a traitor. Please. Get her out. Like, just like I said, I think they were both caught in this moment. They're both acting like traitors against each other. And it looks like the faithfuls are finally catching on. We go to the last traitor standing now, and it's Danielle by herself in the little trenches with her green hood. Alan visits her, and this is her last time for whether she can select a traitor to join her. So then, the faithful that she picks will either be a traitor or they'll be murdered. Like, there's no option for them. So I think she's going to choose Brittany when I was watching. And of course she did. That is the most obvious choice, which she shouldn't have done. And even Brittany said it in her confessional that would be too obvious if Danielle chose me to be a traitor. Again, I'm thinking Danielle is kind of the worst traitor ever. But that's why I asked in the headline, do y'all think Danielle's the worst traitor of all time? But to some people, they were saying that she's the greatest traitor. And I'm like, I don't know. The only reason she looks like she's doing a good job is because the faithfuls were doing so poor. Like in the beginning, all she was voting out, her and Bob were the women at first for some reason. I think Bob had his own agenda by trying to vote out the personalities of the show. So not only were they playing reckless, but they were making the show like why are you taking off the people that we're tuning in for? You know? So yeah, she never got over Boston Rob backstabbing Bob, which Bob was the one that started that in the beginning anyway. But I would have thought that if she could have picked any traitor out of the faithfuls left, she should have picked Dolores because no one thinks Dolores is a traitor. And Dolores would be easy to persuade because look at her voting history. She can't even give a single actual vote. Like she had no problem voting for Sierra because she's like, oh yeah, Sierra, I will vote for you, but it wouldn't help. I remember the last episode, Dolores, Black Dolores. But now you can't bring yourself to vote for Carolyn or Danielle. I don't know. So yeah, we then see Brittany meeting up with Danielle with the hood still down, and that is where the episode ends. It was a good episode, y'all. I'll admit. I mean, last season it doesn't compare, but I'll watch it. I still think, my final thoughts on this episode. Carolyn did not have to go home. Like this is all Tom and Dolores' fault. Like y'all making me ashamed to be a Bravo viewer. And Dolores, just one of the biggest disappointments on the show. Biggest disappointment. Because remember when she was up on the chopping block, she's like, you better watch out, traitors, because I'm coming for you. Coming for who? Because you surely haven't at all. Just giving us bullshit. I'm just so annoyed. Oh, so you think Dolores wouldn't flip? Well, she would have got murdered then, if that was the case. Anywho, no more Black Dolores, it's Whack Dolores. Riri, we see each other. Whack Dolores. Yes. And look, the only reason Danielle stayed also is because Carolyn didn't defend herself well at all. I just think Danielle just did a better job. But that doesn't, in my opinion, make her a great traitor. She just was against a person that, she was just kind of running circles around. Who do I think will be murdered in the next episode? I'm thinking either Ivar, because he's just annoying. And Tom, I could just wish, I just hope it's another man. Let it be just all females for the last season. I don't think Dylan deserves to go home just yet. I feel like, I don't know. The smart choice, I think, is to get Dylan out because he's really smart. We'll see. These are by far the worst traitors and faithfuls. I agree. Ooh, you think Gabby's 100% getting murdered? Yeah. If they murder Gabby, then it really helps because You know what? Since she recruited Brittany, that was the one who Gabby told only that she was gunning for Danielle next. So you know what? You're right, Toronto guy. It might be Gabby. Or if Brittany's a real backstabber, she'll keep that information in her back pocket and then use that to go against Danielle and backstab her. So we'll see. We'll see. Thank you for the super chat, sweet tooth. Danielle is an overthinker. Caroline's weakness was she's too personal. Danielle played it against her by providing facts, which Caroline should have done instead of what she did, and it held no weight. I agree. Like, why did she not bring up the time when they were choosing the pictures on the board to save? Like, it made no sense for her not to save herself and for her to save Dolores. But she wasn't thinking at all. So last night for Kempire's event, was there an after party? There wasn't. There was just a meet and greet afterward. And, you know, we talked a little bit. And I figured that both of them were pretty tired. They didn't feel like going out. Like, it was already near, I want to say, 11:45 after the meet and greet ended. But it was a fun time, y'all. I would definitely go back again. It was a nice kiki. Great crowd. Great seeing a lot of people that were fans of, you know, my channel as well as Pop Roast. And, you know, before I go, you know, give y'all some tea, like, I'm inspired more than ever to do a live show for Pop Roast. Like, just like a nice little small intimate setting. Soon as Alex gets on the East Coast, I think we're going to do a meet and greet, and that's going to be a temperature to see if we could do something live. But yeah, anywho, can't wait till the next episode of Traitors. I feel like we have about, realistically, 3 episodes left. It's still been a good watchable season, but it's nowhere near good as the last season, in my opinion. No one has brought that up yet. Danielle was going out of her way to save others because she knew she wasn't at risk. Dumbest faithfuls and traitors ever. I agree. I really enjoy your lives. It's like talking to a friend that actually responds. I know. Like, I hate when I'm on my favorite creators page and it's just like I keep trying to, like, you know, engage and they don't see it. So yeah, I try to make sure to highlight as many people as I can. Ooh, I definitely want to come to Chicago when it gets warmer. Danielle still have a chance to win if she or Brittany gets the seer. What is the seer? Can somebody explain that to me right quick? Play in Dolores and Tom face with their beef and get Gabby and Dylan out. That's a good plan. That synthetic hair for boho braids is always a mess. Ooh. I don't think Brittany is going to betray Danielle, and that's stupid. We'll see. We will see. I want to know if anybody can explain what's the seer to me. Ooh, I would love to do Traitors. Oh, that would be fun, actually. But look, if there's a bug challenge, look, I can't do it. They just going to have to be mad at me because I can't do it. I will be traumatized. Somebody going to tell me what a seer is before I end this live, please, and thank you. Look, if there's a chance, if they could do, like, oh my God, you know what would be so messy? Like a Black content creators version of Traitors. That would be some drama. Could you imagine me, Alex, maybe Jaylee's Corner, Bondi, Kempire, the Brooke Ashley, Rodney the Voice, and Scotty, Maddie? Oh my God. I would be scared that we wouldn't be friends after all of this. I don't know. I'm not sure if I could do that. That would be so fun, but terrible. The seer is when you have the chance to pick a player and they have to confess. Ooh. Was that last season too? Really? Did they do that last season? Or is this new? Because that would change the game. Wow. And what would happen? Like, would they just leave immediately? And then even if they are faithful, it then it helps the numbers. No, they didn't. It's new in the US. Oh, okay. UK has done it already. All right. Well, thank you, Sweet Tooth, for letting me know. Wow, I can't wait then for that. Because look, I feel like Danielle is just the obvious choice. Like, so she better get the seer. I wonder if a traitor can get the seer. Anywho, if they go back to their original format, you can audition. First season was half regular people, half reality stars. I will keep that in my back pocket. Okay, y'all. So I definitely have to get off here. I'm a little tired. I gotta make sure I have some energy because the ninja got a bartend tonight. So yeah, if you're in the Midtown area, I'll be bartending as on Saturdays. Can't tell y'all where it is though. You just gotta find out for yourself. Anywho, y'all, this was fun. With that, make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see